The News Hour Special Edition.
Hello and a very good evening to you. You're watching the News Hour Special Edition. I'm Pratibha Chandran. Debate number 1 tonight is the Congress actually serious about its revival? Because any call for action within the party is snubbed, ridiculed and dismissed, even if it comes from some of the senior-most leaders within the party. So who are the people within the Congress party calling the shots? Allies are calling out the Congress, leaders within the party are seeking a change, and yet the party refuses to allow any change. But why? Why is the Congress and Rahul Gandhi isolated in their belief that they are intended to prosper, but the world is not allowing them? Debate number 2 is Sam Pitroda claiming India is responsible for the situation in Bangladesh. Rahul Gandhi is seen blaming India at every opportunity he gets, and his mentor has taken this Bharat bashing to a new level. Why is the Congress blaming India to shield Islamists? Why is the Congress shying away from calling out radicals even in Bangladesh? That is debate number 2. But let's begin with what's happening within the Congress party. Calls for introspection within the Congress are not new. We've seen it happen before. Once spoken about only in hushed tones, though, are now growing louder. The party veterans are beginning to speak out after Digvijay Singh created flutters with his social media post hailing the organizational capacity of the RSS. Another party MP, Shashi Tharoor, has now weighed in. Now, more guarded in his response, Shashi Tharoor has said that the Congress party has a long history and that the party can draw lessons from it rather than looking elsewhere. He then seemingly backed Digvijay Singh, stressing on the importance of discipline within the organization.
मैंने तारीफ की है संगठन की। मैं आरएसएस और मोदी जी का घोर विरोधी हूँ। फंक्शन ओनली टू डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड। सर आपने दैट इज माय मेरा सवाल ले लीजिए।
हमारे तो 140 साल की इतिहास है, उसमें तो बहुत सारी चीजें सीख सकते हैं उससे ना, तो हम अपने आप से भी सीख सकते हैं। डिसिप्लिन तो बड़ी जरूरी है कोई भी पार्टी में। आप सोचिए जी, मैं भी चाहता हूं कि हमारे संगठन जरा से मजबूत हो और हमारे संगठन के अंदर तो डिसिप्लिन होना ही चाहिए, तो लॉजिकल है। तो ये लेकिन दिग्विजय सिंह साहब अपने आप बोल सकते हैं ना, उनसे।
So while voices within the Congress party are calling for introspection and strengthening of the organization, the question is Rahul Gandhi actually listening? He has so far remained mum. In fact, on the day Digvijay Singh flagged concerns over centralized functioning of the party during the CWC meeting, Rahul Gandhi chose to accuse the Modi government of concentrating power and running a one-man show, once again refusing to look within.
जो फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है, स्टेट्स का जो स्ट्रक्चर है, उस पे भी ये आक्रमण है। ये जो पैसा लिया जा रहा है, ये स्टेट से छीनकर सेंटर ले रहा है। तो ये कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ पावर, कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ फाइनेंस है। मुझे बताया गया है कि ये डिसीजन डायरेक्टली प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस से लिया गया है और मंत्री से बिना पूछे, कैबिनेट से बिना पूछे ये डिसीजन लिया गया है। वन मैन शो चल रहा है और जो भी नरेंद्र मोदी जी करना चाहते हैं वो करते हैं।
So here's what Rahul Gandhi had to say. So the Congress party isn't just being shown the mirror by its own. The allies in the India bloc are also expressing their disillusionment. In fact, in Maharashtra, the Shiv Sena UBT chief Uddhav Thackeray has accused the Congress party of betrayal and misuse. Recently, an ally of the Congress party even going on to say that the Congress party is the tourists in Bombay. They come, they campaign and they leave. This after the Congress has now tied up with the VBA, and this is Uddhav Thackeray's reaction coming in for the BMC polls. So they've refused to ally with the Sena UBT and the MNS combined. So Uddhav Thackeray has called out the Congress party. Meanwhile, the Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has also slammed the Congress party over what he claims is defection by the Congress members in the Panchayat of Kerala's Thrissur district. Referring to Congress members lending support to the BJP-backed candidate, Vijayan has said that such conduct is fueling the growth of BJP in Kerala.
खास करून आपला भारतीय जनता पक्षाने तर दुरुपयोग करून घेतला. काँग्रेसचाही अनुभव तुम्हाला आलेला आहे की युती असते, आघाडी असते, तेव्हा 100% आपल्या मनासारखं होत नाही. काही जागा या आपल्या हक्काच्या असतात, नाईलाजाने सोडाव्या लागतात.
Now, amid these calls to strengthen the Sangathan, the Congress party has also decided to target the Sangh, calling the RSS an organization that spreads hatred and even comparing it to terrorist organization Al-Qaeda.
संगठन है आरएसएस. आरएसएस नफरत से बड़ा बना हुआ संगठन है. वो नफरत फैलाती है. नफरत, उससे सीखने के लिए कुछ नहीं है. ये आप अलकायदा के साथ कोई सीख सकते हैं क्या? वो संगठन, अलकायदा एक नफरत का संगठन है. लोग दूसरों को ऊपर नफरत करती है. उस संगठन से क्या सीखने के लिए?
Now joining us on the broadcast is Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Yuvraj Pokharna, columnist, Kapil Madan, advocate and political analyst, Professor Dharmendra Yadav, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Dr. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst, Kishore Tiwari, political analyst, also with us on the broadcast. And Dr. Akashdeep Muni, do you think now with the senior leaders of the Congress party, because often the Congress party says that the BJP is making these accusations. Now you have senior leaders from within the Congress party, Digvijay Singh, Shashi Tharoor, who are coming out to say that there should be change in the Congress party. And this is the first CWC meeting after the defeat in Bihar elections. Do you think now at least the Congress party should introspect?
Sometimes I fail to understand why the media reports half-truths. And this is one of the half-truths. In the CWC meeting, Khadge ji clearly said that it's time and it's a wake-up call. I'm quoting him. It says that it's a wake-up call for organizational revival. So even the president of the party is saying for organizational revival. Again, you will say that Rahul is not saying February 2025. I'm quoting Rahul Gandhi. We have to move forward by building an organization in a different way. And he's also talking about organizational reforms and revival. So both senior leaders are talking about organizational change. What the other leaders like Tharoor ji, Digvijay ji are talking about. So all of them are in the same line. It is only the BJP and media thinks that they are different and they are talking to each other, while they are all working for the strengthening of Congress party.
Okay.
Talking about Bharatiya Janata Party, we all know that what BJP stands for. BJP stands for anti-common man. What it did with Manrega is a stark example. The Manrega, the act dilution, which Rahul Gandhi was speaking now.
Okay, let's come back to what Digvijay Singh and Shashi Tharoor have said, that you said that they have been misquoted completely, but they said that the organization should be strengthened, and they said that lessons should be learnt from the RSS, from the Sangh, because our organization is not strong. So Digvijay Singh is basically saying that the organization needs to be strong. Does it punch holes in what Rahul Gandhi has been claiming? Because he claims that it's only vote chori, everything is fine with the Congress.
See, when a leader speaks, he'll be speaking in number of issues. Like you and me, we speak in number of issues. Vote chori is a different issue, but organizational upliftment is a different issue. And both are related to each other. Of course, Congress needs the organizational upliftment. And RSS has been doing that for a longer period of time. So even Congress has done for 140 years. So every party has their organization. Yes, Congress is thinking of reforms. That is a positive step. But saying that Tharoor and Digvijay are saying this and not Kharge and Rahul Gandhi is utterly incorrect.
Okay.
Rahul Gandhi.
Okay, let's also tell you what Mallikarjun Kharge has said in this meeting. This is in the same CWC meeting, and he said democracy is under threat. You're saying that all the leaders are saying the same thing. Kapil Madan, is Shashi Tharoor and Digvijay Singh, are there messages for the High Command within the Congress party? Are they asking for change within the party? Because allies have already told the Congress party, look beyond vote chori. Now senior leaders are also saying it's time to strengthen the party. Who are they talking about? Who is their message for? Is it for Rahul Gandhi saying strengthen the party?
So, let me begin by saying, every democratic organization periodically recalibrates, and in any situation, in every organization, you always have a scope of improvement. And that's what every individual strive for. And let me say, I mean, there cannot be any bigger fool who says he knows everything and there is no scope of learning. I'm sorry, that's never the case. If someone thinks he does not wants to learn or he knows, everything, and I have no, qualms in saying, then he doesn't know anything, and there cannot be any bigger fool than that. And having said that, let me just say very, very clearly here: once you have praised any authority, once you have praised any organization, be it your adversary, what is wrong in that? Don't you learn from your opponents? I remember Atal ji making a very categorical statement wherein, he was praising Indira Gandhi for 1971 Indo-Bangladesh war, when Bangladesh was created, Indo-Pakistan war. Now, would you then draw the same analogy, and you will say, no, Atal ji was praising...
When Digvijay Singh says that power is centralized within the Congress party, what is he talking about?
No, all I am trying to say is I have heard what Mr. Digvijay Singh has said. He has said about organization. He has, made a tweet about the organization that a normal karyakarta became a prime minister. And this is something, you should learn. And there is absolutely nothing wrong in that. Let me give you another perspective of it. When this Constitution of India was framed, we created or in fact, our founding fathers, framer of the Constitution, created a nation wherein a chaiwala had the opportunity to become the prime minister, and he is continuing on with his third term. I mean, so once you have that kind of democratic culture, once you have that kind of constitutional machinery...
it is a democratic culture within the Congress party. Is that what you're hinting at? Sanju Verma, this is just democracy within the Congress party. And in fact, Kapil Matan also went on to say there is one person who picks up an issue and keeps talking about the same, expecting different results. Well, who is he talking about?
Pratibha, I can see, with no offense to none, Kapil Matan from the Congress, Dharmendra Yadav from Samajwadi Party, you have Uddhav Thackeray supporter, Kishore Tiwari, you have Akashdeep Muni, who's a Congress supporter. So on your debate, at least the opposition cannot complain of the fact that they are being marginalized. They are today in good numbers. The ruling party has only one, spokesperson, Sanju Verma. But मैं सबका जवाब दूंगी और एक का जवाब दूंगी. First and foremost, 28th December 1885, the Congress was formed by a Britisher called Alan Octavian Hume. And in 1917, a lady called Annie Besant, she became the first woman president of the Congress. Now look at the irony, Pratibha. From 1917 to 1998, after 81 years, a woman called Sonia Gandhi became the Congress president. I'm not going into the fact that, she is of Italian descent or what have you. That's not the moot point here. The moot point is this. Between 1998 and 2022, for 24 long years, barring a few years when Rahul Gandhi was the Congress president and stepped down, for 24 long years, Sonia Gandhi ruled the Congress party with an iron fist. Even today, though Mallikarjun Kharge became the Congress president in 2022, when asked about the Karnataka situation, अरे DK Shiv Kumar और Siddaramaiah आपस में लड़ रहे हैं, what was his response? You have to ask the Congress High Command. When Mallikarjun Kharge was told that, Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot are continuing to be at loggerheads with each other, आपको क्या कहना है? He said, High Command से पूछिए. Then now very recently a man called Mohammad Mokim, who was earlier the president of the Odisha Congress, he resigned, or rather he was expelled for 6 years from the Congress party. What did he say? He said that Rahul Gandhi is no good, Priyanka Vadra ko aana chahiye. Congress party says, hum to freedom of speech mein believe karte hain. We are all for free expression. They sacked Mohammad Mokim. But my limited point is this. Forget what the BJP is saying. Just go by what Professor Sampath Singh, who has been a 6-time legislator, he resigned from the Haryana Congress saying, inse na ho paega. Matlab Rahul Gandhi se na ho paega. And I will end by saying that there is a man called Ashish Dua. He was the General Secretary of the Maharashtra Congress. And he is quite a reputed columnist as well. He clearly said that Rahul Gandhi taking potshots at the Election Commission through his vote chori diatribe is doing no good to the Congress. Congress lost Maharashtra because Rahul Gandhi से leadership संभलती ही नहीं है, ये इनके बस की बात है ही नहीं. These were his words ad verbatim. So it is congressmen who are calling out Rahul Gandhi's bluff. That is the irony, and congressmen refuse to wake up and smell the coffee.
Okay, so not just within the Congress, there are also allies calling them out. And Sanjeev Verma, you said there's only one BJP on one side. I just want to bring in the others as well, the allies of the Congress party, and see where they stand. Professor Dharmendra Yadav, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Professor Dharmendra Yadav, आपको क्या लगता है for the Congress party, the suggestions that have come in from Digvijay Singh as well as Shashi Tharoor, क्या आपको लगता है कि there should be a change and overhaul within the Congress party, because leaders from within your party, you're also an ally of the Congress party, and leaders from within your party, IP Singh has also hit out at Rahul Gandhi, saying he's not a serious politician, he's not taking politics seriously.
प्रतिभा जी, हर एक पार्टी के जो इंडिविजुअल लीडर्स हैं उनकी अपनी एक विचारधारा हो सकती है, किसी बात को लेकर के एक अपना पॉइंट हो सकता है, वो पार्टी का स्टैंड नहीं कर सकती है. CWC की जो मीटिंग है वो कांग्रेस पार्टी की अपनी मीटिंग है. वो अपनी मीटिंग में क्या स्ट्रेटजी अपनाते हैं, क्या आगे का रोड मैप तय करते हैं, उसमें मुझे लगता है दूसरे पार्टियों को हस्तक्षेप करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. हाँ, ये बात अलग है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दूसरे के घर में देखने की पुरानी आदत है, तो देखेगी, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है. सवाल ये है कि भारत के डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यूज बचे कैसे रहें, उनमें एनहेंसमेंट कैसे हो, और हम आने वाली जनरेशन को एक अच्छा कंट्री है, अच्छा नेशन दे पाए.
लेकिन जब यूपी में इलेक्शंस होगा तब तो समाजवादी पार्टी को सोचना पड़ेगा कि आप कांग्रेस के साथ रहेंगे कि नहीं. आपको विश्वास है राहुल गांधी के लीडरशिप में कि कांग्रेस पार्टी जीत पाएगी सीटें? क्योंकि जब बिहार का इलेक्शन हुआ था, कई लीडर्स थे समाजवादी पार्टी से जो कह रहे थे कि अब यूपी में भी सोचना पड़ेगा.
प्रतिभा जी, अलायंस के बारे में चुनाव से एक साल पहले बोलना मतलब मेरी हैसियत में नहीं है. ये जो हमारे शीर्ष नेतृत्व तय करते हैं और उस सिचुएशन पे तय करते हैं जब उस समय चुनाव होने को होते हैं. किस सीट पे क्या करना है, किस प्रदेश में क्या करना है, ये अलग बातें हो गई. मैं दूसरी बात कहना चाह रहा हूं.
अब आप कह नहीं सकते. संजू वर्मा, I'll come to you just a moment. Let me just take in a word from Kishore Tiwari as well, because the Shiv Sena UBT as well. You spoke about elections in UP that are several months away. Let's talk about what's happening in Maharashtra. Anand Dubey, senior leader, ally of the Congress party, goes on to say that the Congress party is a tourist. उन पे क्या भरोसा कर सकते हैं? तो किशोर तिवारी जी, what would you say to the Congress party in Maharashtra? Rahul Gandhi claimed वोट चोरी की वजह से हार गए, लेकिन there are UBT leaders who are saying कांग्रेस पार्टी तो यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट की तरह घूम रही है.
ऐसा है, आज CWC की जो मीटिंग हुई उसमें कुछ सीरियस बातें आई है. एक तो उन्होंने रिट्रोस्पेक्शन करना चालू कर दिया, दूसरा किया कि संगठन में काम होना चाहिए. खड़गे जी ने भी बोला कि परिस्थिति बहुत खराब है. राहुल जी ने तो बहुत ही मार्मिक बात की कि भाई हम लोग कर क्या रहे. हाँ, जब पूरे स्टेट के पावर सेंट्रल अपने पास ले रहा है और ग्रामीण अर्थव्यवस्था के खिलाफ क्या कर रहा है. दूसरा, उद्धव जी ने बराबर बोला. अभी रिसेंटली जो इलेक्शंस हुए, हाँ, जिसमें नगर पालिकाओं के हुए, नगर पंचायतों के हुए, उसके अंदर ऐसा हुआ कि बहुत कांग्रेस लीडरशिप का कोई रोल ही नहीं था. कोई आया नहीं, कुछ देखा नहीं. तो कांग्रेस के रिसेंट डिबैकल देखते हुए मुझे लगता है कि कांग्रेस ने रिट्रोस्पेक्शन कर कर अपनी लीडरशिप को भी संभाल कर, और कांग्रेस के मीटिंग में आज इतनी अच्छी बातें हुई है और आरएसएस की लीडरशिप को, आरएसएस के ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल कैपेसिटी को उन्होंने एडमिट किया है पहली बार, तो अच्छी बात है. और कांग्रेस के ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल सेटअप को बदलने की समय आ चुका है, ये बात पर भी वो कर रहे हैं, तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. हमें दूसरे पार्टियों में जो डिस्कशन हो रहा है वो कितना डेमोक्रेटिक है ये देखना चाहिए. और संजू, तुम्हारे यहाँ तो बात ही नहीं करने देते. मोदी जी के खिलाफ कोई मुंह भी खोलता है तो उसको भगा देते हैं. मैं बहुत नजदीक से मोदी जी का फंक्शनिंग जानता हूं.
अच्छा, आप जो इतनी कांग्रेस पार्टी की बात कर रहे हैं, उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने तो कहा है कि कांग्रेस ने धोखा दे दिया, जैसे बीजेपी ने धोखा दिया, उससे बड़ा धोखा कांग्रेस ने दे दिया. संजू वर्मा,
प्रतिभा, मुझे ताज्जुब हो रहा है कि किशोर तिवारी जी आज थोड़े अच्छे ह्यूमर में हैं और कोई पर्सनल कटाक्ष नहीं कर रहे, पर मुद्दे पर आते हैं. मुद्दे की बात सिंपल है. बिफोर द बिहार इलेक्शन कैंपेन स्टार्टेड, राहुल गांधी dashed off to Malaysia. On the 26th of September, when every other party was in the midst of hectic campaigning, Hamare Rahul Gandhi ji, he went gallivanting to Peru, Brazil and Colombia. But lo behold, Pratibha, it does not end there. After the humiliating defeat in Bihar elections, Rahul Gandhi, instead of standing shoulder to shoulder with Congress workers, उनको तसल्ली दे, उनको थोड़ा आश्वासन दे, नहीं जी, राहुल गांधी मस्कट निकल गए छुट्टियां मनाने. So my limited point is this: what kind of a leader are you? You are not with your people during moments of victory. You are not with your people during debacles and losses. So why should the Congress party not face the existential crisis that has currently gripped the party? And I will end by just saying one thing. There are two very important dates that your audience needs to know of. 12th September 2025, Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan की oath taking ceremony थी. Rahul Gandhi was MIA. And November 24th, 2025, the current CJI, Suryakant ji की oath taking थी. Rahul Gandhi was MIA. A man who's not serious about politics and is always MIA does not deserve to even have prime ministerial ambitions. It's a different matter. That ambition will never come to fruition.
Okay, Dr. Akashdeep Puni, on the issue of the, within the Congress party, we'll come to the debate on whether Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, you spoke about how changes are coming in. But, while we're talking of Maharashtra, Rahul Gandhi spoke about vote chori. It was not picked up by any of the allies. They didn't really speak about it. In Bihar as well, it was the same story. RJD didn't talk about vote chori. Same in Kerala and West Bengal. Now that elections are coming, we don't see any of the allies of the India bloc really talking about it. So is Rahul Gandhi stuck on one point? There are leaders from within Congress party, within the allies, even Omar Abdullah, close ally of the Congress party, saying this is not working. But the Congress party is unwilling to see it. Similarly, when Digvijay Singh or Shashi Tharoor speak up about changes, they're unwilling to see it because Rahul Gandhi has come up with an idea, or the coterie around Rahul Gandhi has come up with an idea, and that is going to be the strategy of the party going into every election, no matter what the result is. As somebody who speaks for the good of the Congress party, do you really believe that Congress party should continue with the same strategy with blindfolds on, or do you think that they should change?
See, Pratibha ji, it is the same party and the same leadership, same Rahul Gandhi, because of whom BJP lost Ayodhya during the Lok Sabha elections. And Congress spearheaded to 99. And we all know that what happened in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh BJP was decimated in last Lok Sabha elections. Sapa and Congress party led with a huge rise. So Rahul Gandhi was there and the same coterie was there and they did brilliantly. So saying that they have not doing good is just a misnomer. Second point you are talking about that on the important issues Rahul Gandhi is MIA. Oh please, today Delhi is, and you are in Pratibha, you are in Delhi, and Delhi is facing air pollution like anything. And who is MIA? Our Honorable Prime Minister. When air pollution was at peak, he left abroad. Similar happened when floods happened. He left abroad. When Delhi attacks happened, terror attacks happened, he left abroad. He was MIA. He left his people there. And he was missing in action. The point I'm making is our Honorable Prime Minister has left the common man. And
but when the Delhi blast happened, the Prime Minister was here, the Home Minister was here, he visited the spot. Same with the air pollution as well. The government was ready for a debate, but the opposition walked out.
I need to come in here very quickly.
Yes, Sanju Verma.
Can I just come in?
Can I please come in? Okay. I think Kapil wanted to say something. I mean, I can speak after he's done.
Thank you, Sanju. So, Sanju, I believe when I heard her, I think she's more interested in counting Mr. Rahul Gandhi's foreign visit. And if I'll just draw her kind attention to the number of visits made by our Honorable Prime Minister, you just count number of days he has spent abroad and you count the number of days Mr. Rahul Gandhi has spent abroad. And let me tell you, Mr. Narendra Modi, when he travels outside India, he represents the Prime Minister himself as a Prime Minister, as the supreme leader of the country. And once you're doing these kind of extensive foreign trips, what are the tangible outcomes? Foreign policy is measured in results, not in selfies. We've seen how Trump, one after the other, what kind of remarks Trump has made. He has made very critical remarks about Operation Sindoor. He has called our economy a dead economy, and he keeps on making these kind of statements one after the other. And remember, when Operation Sindoor happened...
Yeah, I need to come in now.
We've gone down this road multiple times on the Prime Minister being on an official visit, while on the other hand, Rahul Gandhi, the questions being raised by the BJP are often about the clandestine visits that happen, and on the questions of leadership. Sanju, very quickly, after which I need to bring in Mr. Yuvraj as well.
Yes. Now, please, now I heard you, Kapil. Pratibha, first, my limited point to Akashdeep Muni. I'm so glad that he's a Congress समर्थक. कांग्रेस समर्थक थे ये अभी कुछ महीनों से, उसके पहले आम आदमी पार्टी के समर्थक थे. With supporters like him, parties are assured of one debacle after another. They say, अरे मोदी सरकार तो 400 पार नहीं कर पाई. Fine, we were limited to 240, but आज प्रधानमंत्री कौन है? नरेंद्र मोदी. राहुल गांधी कहाँ बैठे हैं? He's in the opposition benches as leader of the opposition. And Pratibha, you need to know this. In the last 3 Lok Sabha elections put together, the Congress has a royal score of 195 seats. The BJP is at 825. And I want to say one more thing to Mr. Muni. There were 6 state assembly elections after June 2024 Lok Sabha elections. The BJP won 4 out of these 6 states with a strike rate of 67%. Congress could not even win a single state. इसलिए शांत हो जाओ. And to Kapil Madan, let me say one thing. Who's the only Prime Minister apart from Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela and Benjamin Netanyahu to address the joint session of the US Congress more than 3 times? Prime Minister Modi. When he went to Thailand and Sri Lanka, it was not to vacation. It was to attend the BIMSTEC summit. When he went to Canada, it was to attend the G7. When he goes to Malaysia or Indonesia, it is for the G20. And by the way, when he went to Croatia, it was to sign the lithium agreement. When he went to the United Kingdom, it was to sign the FTA. My final point, just 10 seconds. Do you know, we signed FTA with Oman. We signed FTA with New Zealand. We've signed an FTA with United Kingdom. We've signed an FTA with Australia. We've signed an FTA with the ASEAN countries. Thanks to whom? A man called Narendra Modi. Opposition के लोगों के पास जवाब नहीं है, बस आकर डिबेट पर रोना धोना विक्टिम कार्ड खेलना है.
Okay, let's not go into this battle between Rahul Gandhi's visits versus Prime Minister Modi's visits. We've gone there too many times. Yuvraj, I'll bring you in here. My sincere apologies. Thank you for your patience. But why is the Congress party not looking within? Because the allies have called them out. The Congress senior leaders are calling them out. Is it also because if the Congress party actually looks at a revival, they will also have to look at a bigger problem? This alleged fight between the Gandhi siblings on whether there should be a change in leadership from Rahul Gandhi to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, because there are leaders from within the Congress party who clearly believe that it could be Priyanka Gandhi Vadra who should lead the Congress.
Pratibha, first of all, let me take this opportunity to wish our Congress friends today is the 140th birth anniversary of the Grand Old Party. The Grand Old Party, founded by British General Secretary A.O. Hume and was presided by Umesh Chandra Banerjee, who went on to fight the 1892 general elections, not in Bharat, but in UK, but in London. And let me bite the bullet. When you said, let me address the issue in the room, Congress has been rudderless, incorrigible, obdurate and absolute, if I may say. See, the thing is, these programs, these Chintan Baithaks are nothing but a charade of the highest order. I remember Congress went such similar Sankalp Chintan Baithak or Shivir in Udaipur back in 2022. And what were the key decisions? One of the key decisions was one family, one ticket. But I don't see that happening. We have Rahul ji, we have Priyanka ji, both from the family, 2 tickets from the family. One of the key decisions was an office bearer from Mandal to Vidhan Sabha to Lok Sabha or to Delhi High Command AICC. An office bearer can at most hold the office for 5 years. To the best that I know is Priyanka Gandhi herself has been at the helm of affairs as the national.
But it's not just Priyanka Gandhi, because now you have Robert Vadra who has said that there is chorus for him to join as well.
But Pratibha, they are not following the, they're just following the whims and fancies of the family. Their own agenda says an office bearer cannot hold the post for more than 5 years. Priyanka has been at the helm of affairs for 6 years, 11 months. So the thing is, any Baitak, any Chintan, anything, it won't be happening. It is just Rahul Gandhi, I, me and myself. And just last 10 seconds, Rahul Gandhi leaves the parliament session and hobnobs abroad. Priyanka Gandhi misses the AICC meetings. So this is the priority of the family. The least bothered with the organization or with the government. All they want to do is government bashing, India bashing. That is their whole and soul agenda.
Okay.
Snatch power by any means.
Okay, so Kapil Madan, no introspection because it's just I, me and myself by Rahul Gandhi, and the bigger question of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, the leadership tussle between the Gandhi siblings.
So Pratibha, I find the entire narration quite mutually destructive, because when you started your debate, you basically reproduce the statements made by the leaders where they were admitting that there is an introspection required. Now you are saying now they don't believe in introspection, they don't want to improve. So you please first identify which of your statement is true, because both these statements are mutually destructive. They can't coexist. And let me once again say that. Let me once again very respectfully,
no, I heard you.
humbly.
So Kapil Madan, the issue is that the CWC meeting is to introspect. But is the Congress doing enough or not? Because the senior leaders have come out unhappy with the outcome of the meeting, and they say that there is a need to strengthen the organization. And these are senior leaders. This is not me saying it. This is Shashi Tharoor saying it. Digvijay Singh said it. He praises RSS and says that that's an organizational structure that we need in the Congress.
So Pratibha, that's why I begin by saying I think you didn't hear me when I spoke first on this issue. I say even if you need to learn from something from your adversary, there is absolutely nothing wrong in it. And in fact, I also quoted late Shri Atal ji, who admired Indira Gandhi ji for her courage in 1971 India-Pakistan war.
Okay.
So at that point in time, even though they were ideologically they were adversaries, but then again, Atalji never missed the opportunity to admire the courage, to admire.
So when Digvijay Singh says that power is centralized, is it going to be decentralized? Do you believe that power will be decentralized? That tomorrow we are not going to hear Mallikarjun Kharge say that I'll ask the High Command?
No, do you think in BJP power is decentralized?
Okay, so Sanjay Verma answered that in BJP as well. Power is centralized, and this is democracy. The Congress party is having conversations about revival. So what's wrong?
Pratibha, I can get very cheeky and say, do not try to invent the wheel here, because the BJP is on a winning streak. The Modi juggernaut is unstoppable. Do not try to fix something which is not broken. So I think we are doing fantastically. We don't need to change the equation here. But I also want to say one more thing. बर्बादे गुलिस्ता करने को बस एक ही उल्लू काफी था. यहाँ तो हर शाख पे उल्लू बैठा है. अंजामे गुलिस्ता क्या होगा? It is the Congress party which needs to do introspection, and I will end in 10 seconds by saying one thing. I was taught during my MBA days that the biggest disservice you can do to a bad product is when you don't take it off the shelf. But look at the irony. Rahul Gandhi is on a losing streak. 95 elections lost under his belt. But the Congress party refuses to remove him from the shelf. इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य कांग्रेस पार्टी का क्या हो सकता है, सोचिए.
So Dr. Akarshi Puni, is it time for change? And now that they are introspecting, democracy, change, ऐसे words use हो गए already. So is it time for a change? Is that a hint that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra should take over? Because voices within the Congress party are saying that.
No, of course not. Pratibha, people here were talking about centralization of power. It is in Congress. Congress has decentralization of power. BJP does not. Tell me how the present president was chosen in BJP. He was nominated. There was no voting. Whereas in comparison, Kharge ji was chosen through voting. Voting happened. 1600 से ज्यादा लोगों ने वोट किया खरगे जी के पक्ष में.
Dr. Akarshi Puni, we know how the voting went. We all know how the voting went.
किसने वोट किया? आप बताओ ना प्रतिभा जी, किसने वोट किया?
There is no internal democracy within the Congress.
Okay. Okay, Yuvraj, the time and again the point that is being made by the Congress party is this is democracy, that there are leaders from, even when there is criticism within Congress, what the Congress party has said is this is how democratic the Congress party is, that senior leaders can come out and criticize the Congress party, but no leader can do that within the BJP, that they don't have the right to actually criticize the party, and that's what shows that Congress party is ready for change.
Pratibha, Congress leaders and supporters articulating eloquently on your television show is one thing, but tell me, what have they learned after the 2022 Chintan Baithak, after the 2023 Raipur plenary sessions, and after the 2025 this Ahmedabad AICC Baithak? They're nothing, they're learning nothing.
Okay, all right.
When Rahul Gandhi is on an incessant spree.
Yes, before I come to you, Sanju, I just want to very quickly bring in Dr. Dharmendra Yadav, who wants to make a point. Dharmendra Yadav ji, do you agree that democracy within Congress? Let's see what happens. फिर देखेंगे यूपी में क्या होगा?
प्रतिभा जी, बड़ी हैरानी होती है जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी की बात करती है। जिस भारतीय जनता पार्टी स्वघोषित विश्व की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी है, लेकिन जब इनके राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष का चुनाव होता है या उत्तर प्रदेश के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष का चुनाव होता है तो नॉमिनेशन फाइल करने वाला एक ही होता है। तो ये तो डेमोक्रेसी है ही नहीं। तो जिसके पार्टी में विद इन द पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी नहीं हो, वो दूसरे की पार्टी में डेमोक्रेसी पर ज्ञान दे, वो कहां तक जस्टिफाइड है? ये तो दर्शकों पर छोड़ देता हूं और मैं आप पर छोड़ देता हूं।
यस, संजू वर्मा।
अभी मैं धर्मेंद्र यादव से कहना चाहूंगी, अखिलेश यादव वर्सेस मुलायम सिंह यादव चला पहले। वी ऑल नो नाउ इट इज अखिलेश यादव वर्सेस राम गोपाल यादव वर्सेस शिवपाल यादव। जिस पार्टी में बेटे और बाप की नहीं बनी, चाचे भतीजे की नहीं बनती है, मामा भांजा की नहीं बनती है, वो पार्टी और उनके प्रवक्ता बीजेपी को भाषण ना दे तो बेहतर होगा। एंड आई विल जस्ट से वन थिंग, लुक एट द आइरनी फॉर द कांग्रेस पार्टी इन यूपी 2022, प्रियंका वड्रा campaigned as the general secretary of Uttar Pradesh Congress Pratibha. The Congress had a royal score of 2 seats and just 2.3% vote share. और आज प्रियंका वड्रा जो पूरी तरह यूपी कांग्रेस में फेल हो गई, उनको ये लोग अल्टरनेटिव टू राहुल गांधी बता रहे हैं। इट्स लाइक फ्रॉम द फायर टू द फ्राइंग पैन।
Okay, all right. So the CWC meetings are taking place. The Congress party, if they introspect, take in the board of their leaders. Let's see what are the changes that are going to come in. We'll have to leave it at that. Thanking Sanju Verma, Yuvraj Pokharna, as well as Kapil Madan, Professor Dharmendra Yadav and Dr. Akashdeep Muni and Kishore Tiwari for joining us on the broadcast. The bigger question being, of course, from vote chori, has it been credibility chori within the Congress party? That's for the Congress party to decide. With that, it's time for us to slip into a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with lots more on the other side.